Today we're going to be talking about Milwaukee tools. Now, before I begin this video, I am not sponsored. I'm not being paid to talk about Milwaukee. These are my own tools that I paid my own money for. I'm just giving you my honest opinion. When you work on things, vehicles, cars, that's the same thing, or even household projects, you like tools. We like tools. We like battery-powered tools. A lot of these tools in a normal shop require air, and a lot of people don't have 220 at their house, in their garage. They don't have space for a large compressor. They can't have things that are very noisy. Compressors are very noisy. It takes up a lot of electricity, and there's a lot of things that need to be done for it to work properly, and half the time you run out of air in 2 seconds. So unless you have a $100,000 air compressor in a large shop that can handle it, battery is the way to go. So I've had these two for a while, and I absolutely love them. We'll talk about those first. These two are sweet. We'll talk about those in a minute. So first things first, this little guy here. So this is a little battery ratchet. Absolutely love this thing. This thing saves my wrists, saves my arms, saves my hands. If you're trying to get in there and get a bolt out, take it right out. You can flip it around, pull it back in. I don't recommend hammering this in because you could mess up a bolt. So typically what I do is to hammer this in, and if the bolt needs to be torqued, then I use a torque wrench. And if you want a small torque wrench that's really good, check out this video. I love the feel of this. It's got a nice weight to it. It's fairly low profile. And the trigger on here, you can go very slow to Mach speed. So this thing is nice. I love that it gives you a little light, and every time you press, it gives you your battery light status, or sorry, your battery life status. It also has a lock here to where you can't accidentally press it. So if this sits in your toolbox or somewhere and you accidentally lay it flat, it's not going to go and burn out the battery. Anyway, so this is the 3/8 ratchet, battery ratchet. I highly recommend getting one of these. Excellent. Now this is what started my Milwaukee obsession. This right here. This thing will take off damn near every bolt you throw at it. So this is a 1/2 inch. Look at the torque on this. I'm leaving my hand still. That's how torquey this thing is. So I take lug nuts off with this, really stuck bolts off with this. This thing really gets to town. And this utilizes their M18 red lithium XC 3.0. This battery is awesome. It's got a nice battery indicator up front so you can tell how much battery life you have on it. That's super nice. All of the old school battery stuff, they never gave you battery indicators, so you never knew how close it was to dying until it died, and you're like, ah, crap, I gotta go charge it. So this thing has been an absolute power horse, a beast. I haven't had any trouble getting a bolt off with this, unless it's down to like one battery, then it has some trouble with some bolts. But other than that, this thing takes off everything you want it to. And you don't need air pressure. You don't need all of the air compressor bits, the air hose, the line, the dryer, all of those things, the oil to fill it. All you need is a 110 plug and the charger. Now, when I got this, I got it as a set. So these two came together, one battery each, and the charger. Now, a lot of people say this. Once you get a brand, you want to stick with it. Not because you like it more or whatever, but because you can swap the batteries out. So this battery will work in this tool, and it will work in this tool. One battery. And this tool will work in several other tools as well. So typically when you start, you want to stick with one brand, but I'm going to tell you, you should start with Milwaukee. I've not had a single issue with one of these units. They've done me well. They haven't caused any issues. I genuinely don't have anything to complain about. I love the style they use with the red and black. Red is always easy to keep clean. It's easy to see. And the versatility of these tools is insane. Once you have a base with your base batteries, all you have to do is buy the tools. Now, these tools aren't cheap. They aren't cheap, but you get what you paid for. I've loved every single second using them, and they've made my life so great. And they have a plethora of different types of tools that these batteries fit. So these two are great. I love them. They're awesome. Get them. I'll leave a link in the description for these below. So recently, if you haven't known yet by the previous videos, I've purchased my dream car. And unfortunately, it's had a little bit of paint issues, rust.
No. Wait.
Not fun stuff. So I went on the interwebs and I had a buddy who I used to work with. He sent me a link to this. So this is what we call a DA in the body shop world. So I used to be an automotive painter. So I used to use these a lot. Air-powered ones in a shop with a $50,000 to $100,000 air compressor that I could not bring to my home. And this just so happens to take a battery that I already have with a charger I already have. So I thought, let's give it a shot. This thing is incredible. So first off, it obviously takes the same battery here. It is a tight fit, but I think over time it'll loosen up a bit, but I'd rather it be a tighter fit than a more loose fit. Anyway, so DA, it's a vibratory and an oscillator. So it spins one direction this way and it oscillates at the same time. Got a nice little power ring there. You can click the trigger really quick and it'll show your battery life. Nice and beautiful. Now this trigger, it'll start you slow. Absolutely beautiful. You have your power dial here. I have it turned all the way up because I want the flexibility here. And then you have the lowest power level, which is this. Which is still pretty good. And this thing is quiet. It's hard to convey over audio, but it is so quiet compared to a normal air DA. It's if you know, you know. It's ear-piercingly loud, and when I worked at the shops, I always wore earplugs. This does not blow out your ears at all. It provides plenty of vibration. It works super well. And this is the kicker for me. This is what made me so happy. I didn't even know about this until after I purchased it. So I'm gonna turn it off really quick here. You wanna turn it off when you do this. To remove these pads, you normally have to have a tool that goes in and locks in to remove this pad. However, this includes the tool within the unit. So that pops out, and then you hold it into place, and now that locks that in, and now you can grab it and loosen it off. The wrench is inside of the unit. That's genius. Gone are the days of the struggle where you have to fish the tool into this very tiny space to actually get this off. It is a part of the tool, and then when it's done, it clips back in, out of the way. So when it goes back and spins, it's not gonna be anywhere near that. That's incredible, absolutely incredible. This comes with two different pads. It comes with a sticky pad where it's just a flat smooth, so you could put sticky sandpaper, or it comes with a Velcro pad where you can put Velcro paper, which I prefer. I just don't have any on hand. Then you just place it back on, rotate it, tighten it up, and you grab this and you pop it in, and it's out of the way. Absolutely brilliant. I would love to personally thank the person, whoever decided to put this into this tool. You are a genius, my friend.
I'm just like everyone else, no matter how many stars I have. 74.
Who said that?
So if you're needing to sand anything, this is the way to go, because if you have a small compressor at home, you know the struggle when you're trying to sand something and you can sand for maybe 30 seconds and then you have to wait for your air pressure to build up so you can do it again. That's awful. Whereas if you have this, and more, I will be getting more batteries. You could have a battery on the charger if it's dead, obviously. Battery on the charger and running, so you can swap, swap, swap. So you could basically run this all day if you wanted to. That's what I love about this. So we're gonna take the battery out of this one. My literal only complaint about this is the battery is pretty tight in here, but over time it'll loosen up. So not really a real complaint, honestly. It's better than the battery flying out. This is a die grinder. So we have these nice little discs here that just twist off, and you could swap those out. This one is a 240 grit sandpaper, and this goes all the way down to like 60 grit, very aggressive. So you can get in and, let me show you, pop the same battery in, make sure you go the right way. We got a nice little light down at the base here, and then a nice little safety mechanism where it will not go until you press that up, then down. And listen how quiet that is. You also have on the back here different speeds. So that's a 1 speed. This is a 2 speed. Much faster. A 3 speed. Really fast. And then 4 hyper speed. For a battery, come on. Insane. I don't suggest doing a 4 unless you know what you're doing though. Just stay with the 1. This is still very fast. Now this is not a dual action, it's a single action. So it just spins, no oscillation. This one oscillates and spins. This is what you want for sanding a body panel. This is what you want for removing rust. And this works for other applications as well. We have a nice battery indicator right on the side there, nice and easy. Obviously we have the light, just blinded myself. And then we have the speed for it. It also comes with its own 2 tools to remove and put one of these on. I'll leave a link in the description for the kit for this because this tool does not come with one of these. That's the only thing that sucks, but I understand Milwaukee's got to get their business, and that's fine. But this tool is really nice. It feels really good in the hand. It's not too large. This is a little bit wide, so if you're really getting into small spaces, it might have issues, but I haven't really ran into that yet with this, so not a huge deal for me, not a deal breaker. Black on here is a nice rubber grip, so it feels really good in the hands, and it feels like you're not gonna drop it. It's got a good weight to it. You can use this with confidence. 3 tools, 1 battery, and there are so many more tools that take this M12 battery. So you can rock an M18 and an M12 and have virtually all the tools that you need without any air. In fact, I only use my air compressor now for blowing things off. I mean, there's a good battery powered air blower, which I've reviewed here, this little unit here, and this works great. But it's still not fully powerful as compressed air. Sometimes you really want to get in there, and compressed air is the only way you can do it. But sometimes people don't have space for an air compressor. Sometimes people don't have a garage, like if you live in an apartment, but you want to get stuff done, this is what you need. You need battery powered equipment. And I have used Milwaukee for years at this point. I love them. I haven't had any issues. They don't break down on me. They're just a good brand. And that's why I say, get you some of these. I'm gonna leave a link in the description for all of these. I'm gonna leave a link in the description for this kit to actually go with this. I'll leave a link for the battery charger, the batteries, everything that you see here. And if you like the video, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll see you in the next one.